Who needs Chinese takeout? Today we are going to make vegan chicken fried rice. Better than the kind that you order from that menu in the drawer. It's an easy, whole food, plant-based recipe you can make at home with no oil. Remember, when you make it yourself, you have total control over the fat, salt, and sugar. Welcome to Comfort Food Farms, the plant-based home cooking channel. This is the first time we are meeting. I am Kari Greger. I'm glad you've joined us. Let's get to it. This dish goes together very quickly, so it's important to have all the things prepped before we turn on the frying pan. Cook 2 cups of dry, long-grained brown rice, making 4 cups cooked. Make it the day before or spread it out on a baking sheet to dry, like I'm doing here. It's supposed to be old rice, so put leftover rice in your freezer and you will be ready at a moment's notice to make this recipe. Chop about 4 ounces of vegan chicken and soak in a bit of soy sauce or coconut aminos with a little sugar. This is completely optional. The soy sauce, the sugar, the vegan chicken, all of it. You can use some store-bought vegan chicken or a few ounces of chickpeas. Or you can use the vegan chicken we made last time. You'll find that video here or in the description below. Take about 4 to 7 ounces of firm or extra firm tofu, drained and pressed. Crumble it into a mixing bowl and add a pinch or 2 of kala namak black salt. This is a salt that has kind of a sulfur taste to it. It makes it taste like egg. 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast and a pinch of pepper. This is what the package looks like. It's Indian black kala namak salt. Stir to combine. Before I forget, if you are getting good information from this video, like it, subscribe, and hit that bell so you will receive a notification the next time a plant-based vegan recipe is posted. I really love these cutting boards that are flexible. You can just cut up your vegetables and then put it into the frying pan without scooping and all that kind of thing. The management of the vegetables is wonderful. There's lots of vegetables in this dish, and it's really up to personal preference how much and how many vegetables you want. I usually start with 2 carrots and then a half an onion to 3/4 of an onion. And now see, I can just set it aside and I take another cutting board out and put the next vegetable on it. I'm using about 5 or 6 baby portobello mushrooms. When everything has to go into the frying pan, these cutting boards are fantastic. I'm going to use just a few florets of broccoli. And now for the ginger and the garlic. I chop this up ahead of time and put it in the freezer. I've got about a teaspoon or a teaspoon and a half of fresh ginger and the same of the garlic. Teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. It's personal preference. 1 cup of frozen peas. nice fresh flavor of frozen peas. Now this is what it looks like when I'm all ready to start tossing things into the pan. I have it all laid out. We've got all the vegetables on the individual cutting boards so I can add them when I want to as we progress. You could put in white mushrooms, asparagus, green beans, bok choy, red pepper, corn kernels, green pepper, canned water chestnuts, or bamboo shoots. Really, the sky is the limit on the types of vegetables you can put into this dish. I turn the pan on for a few minutes at medium heat and dump the first cutting board full of carrots and onions into the pan. Put the lid on because the moisture from those vegetables are going to fry it. Now see, I have my spray bottle. I keep a spray bottle of water close at hand, so if anything starts to stick, I use the water. I spray on water instead of adding oil. These vegetables have softened up enough, and I'm going to add in the garlic and the ginger. Stir a little bit to combine. You can see the steam coming off. The juice of the vegetables is doing the frying. We don't need to add oil. After these have softened up a bit, it's time to put in the mushrooms. The mushrooms will give off a lot of moisture as they fry. So once again, I'm going to put the lid on and let it fry in its own juices. No oil required. After a couple minutes, I'm going to check here, stir it around, see if there's anything sticking. Always have my spray bottle handy. There, see, going to take care of that. As it heats up, there's going to be more moisture coming out of the mushrooms, and I won't even need to use the spray bottle. Put in the broccoli. We want the broccoli to be slightly crisp, not soft and mushy. Now see how beautiful that is? Just a little bit of steaming from the water in the mushrooms, really. Now I'm adding in the vegan chicken. It really is already cooked through, so it's just a matter of getting it warmed up with the rest of the vegetables. It doesn't need to be fried. There go the frozen peas. We basically want these to defrost and heat up. That's it. You don't want mushy peas. And now I'm going to put in the tofu. Also, the tofu just has to be heated through. I don't want to mash it in there, so I'm going to stir very gently because I kind of want to keep some of those chunks. They imitate egg, and they taste like egg. Let's just let the steam do the work of heating it through. Now, I'm going to take this and dump it into a pan that I'm going to put a lid on to keep it warm. Not going to let it get cold. And then I'm going to add some water to the pan and just use my wooden spoon to stir around, scrape the bottom, get any little bits that were left from the vegetables off. This is really a great way to clean a pan that has been used without oil. I don't need soap. I just need a little heat and something to scrape it with. I'm using a wooden spoon because it is a non-stick pan. When I'm done, I just dump out the water, and any water that is left will steam off when you put it back on. See, now it's dry. It just takes a minute or two. And now I have a dry, non-stick pan. I'm putting in my rice. No oil. The trick is not to get too involved in trying to make sure the rice isn't sticking. Spread it out, salt, pepper if you like, and let it sit. Don't touch it, don't move it around. Let it sit for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, turn it over. See? I don't have anything sticking to the bottom. It's actually just a little toasted, and that's what we want. We want the rice to be a toasted brown, not burnt. And look how easily it moves around in this pan. But really the trick is, don't move it too early, otherwise it will stick. It has to develop that toasted skin. 2 more minutes, don't move. A little bit more color to it. This is exactly what we want. Slightly golden crust. Let's get it arranged. And then another 2 minutes. Don't touch it. You can keep doing this as many times as you want until you get the rice to the color that you want. You can see some of it is really nice and golden. 2 more minutes. I think this is going to be the last time. So that took about 8 minutes. 4 times I let it sit for 2 minutes. And we've got some pieces that are looking nicely brown. Now, sprinkle on some soy sauce or coconut aminos, whatever type of soy sauce you want. After you do that, then stir in the vegetable mixture that has been kept warm in that bowl. And this just needs to be stirred to be combined. We want to get everything kind of evenly distributed. You could serve it with the rice on the bottom and just scoop the vegetables on the top. It looks beautiful. Serve it immediately with roasted cashews on the top, chopped green onion, and or sesame seeds. If you found the information in this video useful, give us a thumbs up below. Next week, I'm going to be making dill ranch dip, or dressing, for salad, vegetables, potatoes, even pizza. You know, everything we used to put ranch dressing on. It's a very versatile sauce. So, while you're down there, click on the subscribe button and hit that bell so you will receive a notification when that recipe is posted. Thank you for watching.